Hello everyone, welcome back to Java Basics. I'm Sanjay. In this video, let's try to understand what are identifiers in Java. Okay, so an identifier is nothing but a name assigned to an element in a program. So identifiers are used to identify a particular element in a program. Okay, so example, it could be name of a class, name of a method, variable name, and so on. And make sure that the identifiers are unique because it identifies an element with a unique name. Now let's go forward and try to understand what all characters we can make use to create an identifier. Okay, so the identifiers can have any of these characters. An identifier can have letters starting from A to Z in small letters, or it could be A to Z with uppercase, or it can have numbers from 0 to 9, or it can also have dollar symbol, or the identifier can also have an underscore. Okay, let's quickly go to Eclipse and try to create a class and understand what are identifiers. I'll name the class as identifiers. I'll make use of main method. Okay, so let me quickly create a variable equals 100 and string name equals some name. I would name it as bear. Okay, so here if you look, there are several identifiers in this simple program. So first one is the class name. Okay, identifiers. Okay, it's the name of the class. Okay, and coming down, so this is the main method, and main is the method name, and string is the class name, args is the name of the array, a is an variable name, name is again name of a variable of type string. Okay, so these are identifiers in Java. Okay, hope till now it's clear. Now along with that, we have also certain rules to be followed, right? So you cannot name identifiers with whatever comes in our mind. So the first rule says that the identifier name cannot start with digit. For example, if I come back here, if I try to create a variable with some value, okay, starting with numbers followed by alphabets, so it doesn't allow. So we get a compilation error stating that 12, delete this token. Okay, so let me delete this. So now the error is gone. And the second condition says the class name should always start with a capital letter. So let me create a new class. Let me name the class beginning with an number 1 2 ABC. So we get a error. Do you see that? So it says that 12 ABC is not a valid identifier. And we also saw that even dollar sign is allowed in identifiers. So if I make use of dollar symbol, it says type name is discouraged. Okay, but still we can save it. This is an alert. So class always begins with a capital alphabet followed by any number. So after this we can make use of any numbers. This is acceptable. Or I can make use of underscore and give some name. Okay, these are some of the valid identifier that can be used for a class name. Okay, so now the third point says identifier should not start with numbers. So we already saw while creating a class that identifier cannot start with numbers. Let's try for a variable. So I say 1 2 3 n equals 49. So this is not allowed. And if I make use of dollar, let me make use of C equals 33. So we see that variable name can start with dollar followed by any character. Okay, so these are some of the rules that we need to keep in mind while making use of identifiers. Okay, and along with that, I forgot to mention one more another 2 points. You cannot make use of reserved keywords. Okay, so overall there are around 53 keywords in Java, so make sure that you don't make use of those keywords, and moreover anyway you get compile time error. So let's try with that. So the reserved keywords, let me take an example of string. So if I name it as true equals some value ABC, so we see that we get an compilation error. So this is valid. Similarly, we have many reserved keywords. So false is one of the keyword, like none is one of the keyword. Okay, maybe super is one of the keyword that we cannot make use of. Okay, so just try to understand what are the different keywords, so you'll understand. Okay, so those are the keywords which are explicitly meant for Java programming, and that cannot be used for defining a variable, user defined variables. Okay, so and the other point was, so we can make use of built-in class name, but it's not a good practice. Okay, so if I take an example, integer, so string, we know that it's a class name in, so string is a class name. So if I make use of string, integer string equals 333, so it accepts, there is no compilation error. Okay, so these are already defined inbuilt Java classes. For example, integer equals 234, even this is allowed. But these are string, integer, or class name, which is already defined in the Java library. Okay, so do not make use of these class names. Okay, and let me take some more examples. So string name last, this is a valid. String name dollar, this is valid. String 123R is not valid because it begins with numbers. Then string $rg is valid because it starts with dollar. Then string underscore last is valid because it starts with underscore. Okay, I guess now you're clear with the identified names that can be used in Java. Okay.